homecoming is always a great crowd. It's always a great energy around Columbia and around our university, and so it'll be good for our guys to go out there and earn it. And that's what we're going to have to do. Vanderbilt, Coach Lee does a tremendous job. They've got really good schemes. I think Coach Lee is building a program. He's got some veteran players that have been there a long time. All 4 D linemen have been there. Their 2 linebackers are returning starters. 2 of their secondary members played against us last year at the safety position. One of them played corner. The nickel played at corner. So they've got a lot of veterans who've played a lot of football. On the offensive side of the ball, they present a lot of different challenges through a variety of formations and play concepts, and obviously sound on special teams. They've got an Australian transfer punter that can change his punt point. So, it's going to be a real challenge. Obviously, our seniors and upperclassmen know the challenge that this is, can looking back on their careers here. And so we got to go earn it this week. And this is a quality SEC football team that we are going to play. I mean, they had Vanderbilt down 20-17 at halftime. They had whether it was a lead or 7-3 against Alabama. I don't know if it was 3-0, but that played well against those guys as long as they possibly could, and then kind of got away at the end. But we've been on that side of those games too, and it's not always reflective of where your team or your culture is. I think that's one of the strengths of a Coach Lee style defense, and obviously he's got a new defensive coordinator that used to be at the University of Virginia, who I've gone against before, does a tremendous job. It's the scheme variety. They mix in multiple fronts: 4 down front, 3 down front, bear front, lots of different fire zone coverages and man. He tries to have, whatever keys you try to have on, hey, this is going to tell you if it's quarters, this is going to tell you if it's cover 2 or 1 high. He mixes those constantly, so your quarterback is not it's hard to run coverage read concepts where, hey, if it's cover 3, you're working the left side. If it's cover 2, you're working the right side. Or middle field open, you're working left side. Middle field closed, you're working right side. That's really difficult against this style of defense. It's certainly a challenge. And again, veteran guys up front on the defensive line, played a lot of football. Obviously played these guys last year, and they did a good job of getting to the quarterback.
The negative plays in the run game, kind of boom or bust. I mean, it's either get good runs or go backward. I mean, can you put your finger on what's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, there's some scheme issues, there's some technique issues, and then obviously there's some penalties. We have to clean up penalties. If you look at key moments in opportunity games, penalties have kept us from contributing from a loss to a win. And so we have got to get those cleaned up. They're drive killers for us offensively. And defensively, they're drive extenders, and so those are 2 things that, or one thing that we definitely look at. And then, negative plays. I think we got to just be cognizant. I got to be cognizant. Coaches have got to be cognizant of play designs that our guys can execute.